The throne room of Empress Velthara stretched 300 meters in every direction, its crystalline walls pulsing with bioluminescent veins. Dani stood beside Jasper, her hand hovering near her sidearm, though she knew it would be useless here. They were surrounded by the Empress's elite Guardwall foot-fort warriors, whose exoskeletons could deflect plasma fire. You understand the terms? The Empress's voice resonated through the chamber, her 4 eyes gleaming with amusement. She reclined on her throne, her serpentine lower body coiled beneath her. Your colony of 5,000 humans needs a home. I offer you Kepler 442b, a paradise world, uninhabited, resource-rich, perfect for your kind. Jasper stepped forward, his weathered face betraying nothing, and in exchange, the Empress's laugh was like breaking glass. Entertainment. You claim humans are special, that your species deserves consideration for Confederation membership. Prove it. She gestured with one of her 6 arms toward the massive doors behind her throne. Beyond those doors is a Sci-fi. Native to the death world of Ragnar 7, it has killed 17 of my finest warriors. You can have my entire planet if you tame this predator. The court erupted in chittering laughter. Dani saw the calculation in Jasper's eyes, the same look he'd had when their colony ship was dying, when everyone else had given up. Define tame, Jasper said quietly. The Empress's amusement faded slightly. Make it obey a simple command. Sit, stay, whatever your primitive mammals do. She leaned forward. You have 1 hour. Fail, and your people leave my system within the day. And if I'm killed, Jasper asked, then your second-in-command can try. Velthara's eyes slid to Dani. I do so enjoy watching humans scramble. Dani grabbed Jasper's arm. You don't have to do this. We'll find another way. There is no other way, he whispered back. The ship's life support has maybe 3 weeks left. This is it. The massive doors groaned open. The stench hit them first, sulfur and decay and something else. Something that triggered every prey instinct humans had evolved over millions of years. Then they saw it. The Scyther stood 15 feet tall at the shoulder. Its body was covered in obsidian black scales that seemed to absorb light, 6 legs ending in scythe-like claws, a head that was all teeth and hunger, with eyes that burned like molten gold. It had been eating something, remains of what might have been livestock, scattered across the arena. Floor. The creature's gaze locked onto Jasper. Your time begins. Now, the Empress announced that Jasper walked forward slowly, hands visible and empty. Dani watched him go, her heart hammering. She'd seen him talk down armed raiders, negotiate with alien merchants, hold together a dying colony through sheer force of will. But this was different. The Scyther growled, a sound that made the floor vibrate. It lowered its head, preparing to charge. Jasper stopped walking. He sat down on the ground, cross-legged, and closed his eyes. The court fell silent. Even the Empress leaned forward, confused. The Scyther stalked closer, each footfall a thunderclap. It circled Jasper once, twice. Dani's hand tightened on her sidearm. If it attacked, she'd fire anyway. Consequences be damned. But Jasper didn't move. He sat there, breathing slowly, deliberately, waiting. The Scyther brought its massive head down, sniffing. Its teeth were inches from Jasper's face. 1 bite, and he'd be gone. Jasper opened his eyes and began to hum. It wasn't a melody Dani recognized. Something old, maybe a lullaby from before the colony ships left Earth. His voice was steady, calm, completely at odds with the situation. The Scyther pulled back slightly, confused. Its ears, if those membrane-covered holes could be called ears, twitched. Jasper kept humming. Then, slowly, he reached into his pocket. The guards tensed. The Empress raised a hand, curious. He pulled out a protein bar, standard colony rations. Nothing special, and unwrapped it carefully. The smell of synthetic nutrients filled the air. The Scyther's nostrils flared. Jasper broke off a piece and held it out, not toward the creature, but beside himself. An offering, not a bribe. Still humming, the Scyther lowered its head again. Its tongue, purple and forked, flickered out, taking the food. It chewed slowly, considering. Jasper broke off another piece, placed it on the ground between them, and went back to humming. Minutes passed. The Scyther ate. Jasper waited. The court watched in absolute silence. Finally, after the protein bar was gone, Jasper stood up, slowly, deliberately. The Scyther watched him but didn't attack. Sit, Jasper said quietly. Nothing happened. Dani's heart sank. They'd been so close. Then Jasper did something that made her gasp. He sat down again himself, demonstrating. He patted the ground beside him. Sit. The Scyther tilted its massive head. Then, with movements surprisingly delicate for such a massive predator, it lowered its haunches to the ground. The court exploded into chaos. The Empress rose from her throne, all 6 arms extended in shock. Impossible, she breathed. The Zither is untamable. We've tried everything, Force. Drugs, neural implants. You tried to break it, Jasper said, approaching the throne. The Zither followed him like an enormous, deadly shadow. Humans learned a long time ago you don't tame predators by dominating them. You tame them by respecting them, by showing them you're not a threat, by offering partnership instead of demanding submission. He gestured to the Zither, which sat again at his gesture. We spent 10,000 years turning wolves into dogs, not by beating them, but by sitting at campfires together, by sharing food, by showing them we could be packed. The Empress stared at him for a long moment. Then, slowly, she began to laugh, a genuine sound this time, not mocking. You humans, you're not stronger than us, not faster, not more advanced, but you have patience and empathy, even for monsters. She descended from her throne, approaching Jasper and the Nodosouls. Kepler 442b is yours, and when the Confederation asks me about humanity's application for membership, I'll tell them what I witnessed today. She extended one hand. Welcome to the galactic community. As they left the throne room hours later, Danny finally spoke. How did you know it would work? Jasper glanced back at the Zither, which had been returned to its enclosure, though the Empress had ordered it treated with far more respect now. Because every predator I've ever met, human or otherwise, understands one thing: the difference between an enemy and a friend is whether you see them as a thing to be used, or a being to be known. Danny smiled. Very philosophical. I'm just a guy who likes dogs, Jasper said, but apparently that was enough. Their colony ship received the coordinates to their new home within the hour.